Hello everyone. So now we will learn that how we can pass data from one screen to another screen in stack navigation. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So here you can see that this is our login screen, and I want to pass some data from login screen to home screen whenever I will just press on the button. Let's say I want to pass some name, age, email, password, whatever I want to pass. So how we can pass this, that thing we will learn in this video. All right. So now let's take a look on the points. So firstly, we will pass some static data from one screen to another screen. One screen means login screen to home screen, and that will be complete static data. After that, we will access this data in home screen and display over there. And after that, we will pass some dynamic data. Dynamic data means we will get data from text input field and we will pass again to the you can say that over home screen, right? And at the last, we will cover some important questions related to stack navigation. All right, so now we can start with the code. So let me just put the stack navigation code data there. Yeah, and one more thing, guys. So I am not going to write the code from scratch there. We will start from the code from the last video, because we already created the two screens and moving we are able to move from one screen to another screen. So here we will write the code only for pass data from one screen to another screen. And if you want to know that how we just created these screens and all, then you can watch our previous video. Link is given in the description box. Even on the stack navigation, we already created 3 or 4 videos, like how we can just move between the screens, how we can put the button and style over the header and all. All right, so now let's open their login screen first, and I want to pass some data from this login screen to home screen. So let me just open the home screen parallelly. So firstly, what I'm going to do there, here you can see that we have a on press button. So whenever we are pressing this button, here you can see that the name now, go to home screen, go to home screen. So once we will just pressing this, we are jumping on the home screen, and with that I want to pass some data. So what we need to do there, just pass one object as a second parameter in the navigate function. So what data we can pass? So let's say I'm just passing their name. It could be, let's say, Peter, and after that, let's say age also we are passing, let's say 29. All right, and data is passed from there, but to display this data on the home screen, we have to access and display that also, right? So now in the home screen, just get the props from there. Now you can ask one more question, like, we did not pass some props in the home screen, right? Then how we are able to get this? See, we are using this home and login component inside the, here you can see that, inside the navigation container and stack navigator and all, and they automatically provide the props to the inner component. Like we are using this home component and login component there, so automatically there will be some props while we are using the components inside the navigation, right? So just try to print their console.warn props.route.params, and you will able to see the data whatever we are passing from the last screen. So even this is already printed because we are already moved there. Just let me just show you again. So here you can see that name and age is already there. So now how we can print this? This is again very simple thing. Let me just put there 2 more text box, name, and there you can simply use props route.params dot name, and here we get that data, right? And similarly, just put there age also from params.age. But see, here we are using a long chain of keys. So can we just reduce it? Definitely we can reduce it with the destructuring. So let me just show you. Here you can use constant object, and we will destruct the params there, because in the params we have the name and age, right? So just put there const inside the object, just put the keys whatever you want to fetch from params, like name and age, and there. And now you can simply use this name and age constant there, name and age, and you will be wonder that this is still working perfectly fine. So this is a short way to just get the data from the params. Now the next thing is, I just want to pass this data from a name, so no, from the const. So let's say I have the again name, that will Peter, there should be equal, and again age, const age will be 29, right? Then you will maybe you will do like this, name, inside the name key we are passing the name, and in age we are passing the age. But again, and it will still work fine. Let me show you. This is still working fine, right? But there is a short form. If name, key and value both are same, then just put the one of them, right? Just put that and it will perfectly work fine. JavaScript is smart enough to understand that this is the name and value are the same, right? And now you can see that this will still work perfectly fine. Great. Now the next thing is, so let's say I just want to get data from a text box. So let's say I have a text box there. Let me just create it. Text input, not actually text box, text input we have, right? And let me add some placeholder, enter name, but we need to add some style also, right? Because this is not actually look like very decent UI. Font size, you can say that 30, border width 30, not 30, border width is 2, and border color could be, let's say, black. Fair enough. You can put margin and padding whatever you want to put. I'm not just focusing more over the style. All right, so now let's say I want to get this text box value. How we can get? We can just get it inside the state. So I am just taking a state. I'm just removing this name constant, right? And taking a state name and set name. After that, use state we can use by default this that will be empty. One question maybe you have in your mind is that in home screen we use their object for destruction, and there we are using array. Reason being, use state have the data type of array type of data, and params we know that these have the object type of data. So if we have object, then we have to use these brackets, and if the this variable or whatever has the type data, array data, then we have to use these brackets. All right, that is pretty simple. After that, now let's store. We can just use on change text event, right? And over there, what we can take, it will return directly test set. Okay, let me just show you in the warning like what we are getting there. Let me print this text once. And now if I'm entering something there, let me just put there a and just let me just put it again like this, right? And this is taking time, just putting there. So you can see that whatever we are typing, we are getting in a console, right? Here you can see that. Perfect. So we can just store this text directly to the state like this, and now we can just pass this data to the next, because the name state is already passing as a parameter of navigation. All right, so now let's say I'm just clicking over the screen and it should be passed on the next screen. Okay, name is not there because maybe this need to be set name is there. on text change. Yeah, I think it just need a refresh once, nothing more than it. It should work perfectly fine. Now I am putting some data again. Let's say anil space I'm putting with my keyboard, just hiding it, and here you can see that we got the name in the next screen. So with that way we can pass static, dynamic data and all. I hope you just get to know something new in this video. If you still have any confusion, you can ask me in the comment box, and I'll request you to please like and subscribe my channel, like this video, and this is my Paytm donation number. Thank you guys, thank you so much.